Hey, everybody. Wow, I have a voice back, which is nice because I spent a couple days kind of getting it back after having not spoken for 10 days. Got back to work, chattered like crazy for a couple days and lost my voice. So I'm just getting it back, but I wanted to connect with you about our word for the week. Our word for Wednesday was equanimity, equanimity. It's a mouthful. And it's a really, really important concept. It's one that we heard a lot about while we were on this Vipassana retreat. And it's one of the key elements to successfully being on your inward journey and really going deep and understanding what we're here to accomplish and how we can avoid the challenges and the pitfalls of kind of these two things in our lives that really cause most of the problems for us. What we were taught in our Vipassana course, and are repeatedly reminded, is that this notion of craving, when we want something that we don't have, it creates misery for us. And at the same time, when we don't want something, or that, like having aversion, when we don't want something that we have, like a pain or a discomfort, that also creates misery for you and suffering. And so here we are in this physical existence, and the word Vipassana means as it is, as it is. So it's this grasping this love and appreciation for this moment exactly as it is. So we're not wanting anything that we don't have, which is craving, leads to craving, and we're not avoiding anything that we have that we don't want, which is an aversion, leads to aversion. So here we are on this scale, right, where we're trying to stay in the middle. We're trying to have this equanimity about our life situation. And so the way that works kind of from a scientific basis, if you understand a little bit about how information comes into your awareness, you have 5 senses. We all know about that. You have taste, touch, smell, vision, and hearing. So you have those 5 senses, and you also have your thinking process, right? The fact that your intuition, the way information can sometimes come in via that channel as well. So you have what the Buddhists would call your 6 sense doors. And information from the outside world comes in contact with one or more of these 6 sense doors. And there's a process, it's in a 4-step process that happens once that occurs. So let's just say you're walking down the street and you smell something, and it's French fries. So the first notion when you smell it, your nose or your sensory organ that brings in those senses, it acknowledges that there is a scent there. All right, so that's cognition. I just know that there's a sense, or there's something coming in through one of my sense doors. So the first step is to cognize, or to know that there's a smell there. The second thing that happens is recognition. So what you do is you take that scent that connects with your nose, and you compare it to other times that you've smelled something similar. So you recognize it. So you may smell something and your first thought is, wow, I smell something. The next thing that happens is you recognize it. So, oh, that's French fries, right? So depending on your past experience with that particular smell, the third thing that happens is you have a sensation in your body. And that sensation is responding to how you feel about that. So let's say you love French fries. So you walk down the street, you're walking by a McDonald's, and the scent connects with your nose. Your nose recognizes it. It says, ooh, that's French fries, and I love French fries. The third thing is you get a sensation in your body, some biochemical reaction to that feeling that you have about French fries. Those 3 things kind of all happen sort of out of your control. That it's just kind of your biochemical response to the different senses that you encounter in your life. The fourth one is where things happen. So you react. You often automatically react to a familiar smell. So if it's French fries and you like French fries, your reaction might be to go into McDonald's or to just crave French fries, because all of a sudden you have that smell and it's shown up in your awareness. And so you crave it because you don't have it right now and you're out on the street. So you don't have those French fries right now. So our automatic process makes us begin to crave it. And so the same thing can happen with a pain, right? So let's say you have a stiff neck and all of a sudden you're sitting in the chair and through your sense doors, touch in this case, you recognize, you experience a pain and you recognize that this is my neck. I'm having challenges with my neck. And you remember from past experiences with your neck that this is not a pleasant experience. And you start to create an aversion to it. So your body creates a sensation that makes you want to move around or avoid that discomfort that you're experiencing in your neck. That's your reaction. So what we're trying to do in our spiritual path is, first of all, become aware of these tendencies that we have to prejudge. As soon as we experience something, we automatically get a reaction and we start moving toward it or we start moving away from it. And so equanimity is this talent that you develop of just being with it. Just being with the sensation that you're feeling and not reacting. And so the way that you can apply this concept in life is to sit with things. So you encounter a situation, you're driving down the road and a person drives up next to you and cuts you off and pulls right in front of you. And you're going to experience that through all kinds of senses. You're going to compare that to what you've experienced in the past. And chances are you're going to have a biochemical sensation that makes you want to get angry or react to this person who's just cutting you off on the road. Equanimity is your ability in that moment to take a nice deep breath and allow this moment to just be what it is and not make any assumptions or judgments about it. So maybe that person is in a hurry. Maybe they've got an emergency. They just need to get down the road. There's lots of things we don't know about the situations that we encounter every day. So having equanimity toward life is just having this mental calmness, having some composure and like the definition says, an evenness of temper, regardless of the situation that you find yourself in. So one of the things I try to do when I recognize that I'm starting to want to react to something is I always try to just take a breath. Give myself a little bit of time to sit with the situation and then make a decision on how I want to respond to it. So often in life we react. We base it on what we've known in the past about a situation and we move either toward it or away from it based on whether it's a good feeling or a bad feeling for us. And equanimity is developing that ability to just be with the situation. And it kind of gives it a chance to bubble up and come out of your awareness. And you don't judge it and you don't have to react to it. You can respond. You can make a conscious decision on how you want to respond. So lots of ways in life to use that while you're driving. And even when, like if you're into food and you're trying to lose weight and you see that dessert and kind of just watch yourself and watch what happens when something comes into your awareness that you either feel strongly that you want or you feel strongly that you don't want. And watch yourself and watch how you respond to it. So you see the dessert and it's, I don't know, what is it? It's chocolate cake and you love chocolate cake. So your senses bring it in, you either see it, you smell it, and you all of a sudden you remember how good chocolate cake tastes and you get all this saliva and these biochemical sensations that show up in your body. And then you start to reach for the chocolate cake almost automatically. And that's the point where you can make a change. That's the point where in your spiritual path, you can just sit with it for a minute, breathe through it, and then make a conscious decision. Is this something I want to eat or is this not? Rather than just reacting to it and grabbing it. So often we're eating unconsciously. And this is a really good place to practice your equanimity, to really sit with a plate full of food in front of you and decide, am I still hungry? Do I still need to eat more? To put it in your mouth and actually taste it brand new, rather than comparing it and assuming it tastes like all the other chocolate cake you ever had, to enjoy this piece of chocolate cake, to put it in your mouth and taste this piece of chocolate cake, this particular bite. It's the beauty of really immersing yourself in the moment, in the here, in the now, in loving and enjoying life as it is. And the other component to this is this notion that nothing is permanent, right? A niche or a change is guaranteed. So we may like it today, and we may have some horrible chocolate cake next time. I mean, somebody might not make it the same way, or it may just not sit with us as well, or have the same feeling. To really learn to immerse in each new moment and each new feeling as you encounter it, and watch yourself and really check yourself on this quick judgment that we tend to make when we're given different types of scenarios in life. It's a great way of pain management. You know, I know you hate headaches and you've had headaches before, and you feel a headache coming on, and all of a sudden your whole body starts to tense and you start thinking, oh no, here comes another one of those headaches. And we can alleviate so much of that if we're willing to just take a breath, be with this particular moment, and step back from the judgment of it and just allow and kind of wait and see, and not just assume it's going to be this horrible headache. It might not. You know, it might go away in a couple minutes. If you're not tensing up and you're not reacting, you might actually be able to stop that headache from actually showing up in your awareness. So think about that word equanimity and see if you can't find some places in your life where you can kind of apply that. You know, when somebody starts to cause you to react, habit patterns that, you know, things that irritate you, pet peeves, when those things show up in your day, it's an opportunity for you to practice this notion of equanimity. It isn't always like it used to be, and it isn't always going to be like it is right now. So just be in this moment and appreciate it exactly as it is, knowing that it's not going to last forever. Nothing ever does. So hopefully that's helpful for you today. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm so grateful to be back here with you all. And namaste. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. Have a great one. Mwah.